Hi guys, and welcome back to the Behind the Badge podcast. Today we are joined with a special guest. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name's Hassan. Thank you for having me.
Hassan, could you just please tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, what team you support? Give us a bit of an insight.
So I'm from Leeds, and I support Arsenal. I'm 19 years old. A lot of my friends ask me, why do you support Arsenal? You're from Leeds. But I grew up with two siblings, two older brothers, and they supported Arsenal, so I had no choice really.
Okay, so sort of moulded you into an Arsenal fan from a young age.
100%.
I see. I hear that you are a current season ticket holder. Is that true?
That's correct.
How long have you been a season ticket holder?
So I've been a season ticket holder for 3 years now. 3 years. I had to wait 3 years. The queue was very long, especially recently after our recent success. It's very difficult to get a hold of one.
Yeah, that is correct. Arsenal are doing very well right now. The demands must be high.
The demands are very high, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to talk about the ticket pricing. And my question to you is, how much does it actually cost you per season to support Arsenal? And do you personally think it's worth it?
Me personally, I think it's worth it, especially right now. If this was like, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, I wouldn't agree, because you are paying around £1,400 to £1,500. I wouldn't say the price is the worst part, it's the waiting times.
Yeah.
I found myself having to wait 3 years in a queue to get a season ticket, so it's very difficult. If you're looking to get one now, you might as well apply as soon as possible, and by the time you know it, it could be available.
Yeah. Do you think football is still accessible to working class fans, or is it more so becoming a sport for the elite?
See, I was having this debate with my friend earlier, and no, not necessarily. I don't think, if you look at football tickets prices, they've gone up massively. If you look at football shirt prices, they've significantly increased. I feel like, even for me, like I used to get every single shirt every season. I can't do that anymore. Like 100, it's like 90, 100 quid when it's new released. Like, you can't really do it.
Yeah, it is really expensive. And the prices do just continue to go up each year. It does make it difficult for fans to sort of feel connected and enjoy the sport like they once used to.
100%, because it's never about the money. It shouldn't be about
It shouldn't be about the money. It should just be about community coming together and the fans just enjoying themselves.
Completely agree.
How has actually the match day atmosphere at the Emirates changed over the years? Obviously, I know that you go to games quite often, so I'd like to know what the atmosphere was like from back in the day to now.
Oh mate, it's changed significantly. If you look at the Emery era, it was very toxic. Fans weren't together. It was very quiet as well. You wouldn't hear no chants. There was no unity. Whereas Arteta's really built the fan base back together. The atmosphere is crazy. I was at the Real Madrid game this season.
That must have been rocking.
Yes, yeah. It was crazy. Like, I left the stadium and my ears were hurting. Like, it was crazy. So the difference is massive. Like, it's much better, and it makes me think we are one of the strongest clubs in the world, if not the league, right now.
I'd totally agree. I think Arteta has done a great job in bringing back the connection and the unity within the fans, which ultimately would improve the atmosphere at the Emirates, as the fans are now enjoying the football again.
Of course.
100%. I just want to touch on the Super League. Obviously, it's not happening, but I just wanted to get your thoughts and where you were when you first heard about the European Super League and what that made you feel.
Yeah, so when I first heard about it, I was at university. I really didn't like it. Like we talked about earlier, the connection between the fans and the club, that's what it's all about. I feel like the Super League just resembles money money hunger. It's and it takes away from the fans, the lower clubs. They don't really get to enjoy football as much. Not part of it. It's just I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was just a bizarre idea. I mean, the whole thought of it, and it just didn't make sense
It
to me,
didn't
to be
make
honest.
sense.
It was literally
It was
just money driven.
Money grab, yeah, quite literally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's not happening, to be honest, because I feel like we've saved the sport in many ways there. As a fan in the stadium, when you do go to these games, how does VAR affect your experience? Do you kind of feel left in the dark with some decisions, surely you're having to wait a long time to hear the outcome?
Yeah, there's been many times we've waited 5 to 6 minutes. We don't even know what's happening. Anticipation's not great. I feel like this could be better. They could put, say they were drawing in lines for an offside. They could put this on the screens. Like, it's not too big of a problem. If they're broadcasting it on TV, they can easily put it on the screens. Yeah.
Well, that actually brings me on to my next question for you, which would be, would you have scrapped VAR entirely or somehow fix it?
No. I like VAR. I think it's for modern day football. We need this technology because it's football. Referees can't catch everything. I just think it's the people behind it, not the technology, that's the problem. The consistency's a big issue. I think if we implement consistent rules that we can implement in every given precedent situation, it'll be a much better game and you won't be seeing much controversy.
Yeah. I totally agree, to be honest. Consistency over this season hasn't been the best, I'd say. And I'd say a lot of fans have agreed with that as well.
Like if you look at other leagues as well, they're using VAR perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And they're avoiding all this controversy.
Do you think football has lost its soul? And if so, what would you do to get it back?
Football's lost its soul.
You could disagree on it if you think it's still there.
I agree to an extent. This season, when I was watching the Premier League, as much as I loved it, I feel like maybe not football itself, maybe the Premier League. I feel like the top three that came up in the Championship straight away got relegated.
Yeah.
The title was decided. The top 4 was okay, but it was just meh. Yeah, it was a bit soulless this season. I really hope it doesn't continue like that, but I don't really think soulless is right way to describe it. Like,
yeah. I'd say that the soul is still there, but with all the ticket inflation and the shirts becoming more expensive and football as a whole just being more expensive, I think fans would argue that from that aspect it's losing its soul. But I'm totally with you there. I mean, I don't think it's all gone. I think there's still a lot of passion in the game.
Clubs are... It's 2025, inflation's gone up, players are getting more expensive, so prices are going to be more expensive. I do understand that. I don't think it's soulless. Yeah.
Well, that for us today concludes the podcast. Guys, I do hope you've enjoyed hearing us talk about football. We will be bringing you more episodes to the channel, so just like, subscribe and share, and I want to say thank you again for listening.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. See you soon. Goodbye.